vitamin D, or rather going, I don't know, once every 3 months for a week to the south?
Yeah, I would recommend getting sunlight whenever possible, because there's several reasons. First of all, it's not just vitamin D that we're getting from sunlight. We need sunlight in our eyes. When sunlight enters our unprotected eyes, it does not work if you've got glasses on. I may have neglected to mention yesterday to the new guys, don't wear sunglasses. Okay, in fact, if you wear glasses, keep them off as much as possible. Keep your eyes closed as much as possible and your glasses off, and your eyes will improve. Your vision will improve, but it'll improve much more the less you use your eyes and the less you use your glasses. So when we go outside in the sunlight, we're getting photons into our eyes, which are converted to electrical impulses, which help your brain run your autonomic nervous system correctly. So that's not going to happen by taking a vitamin D supplement. Okay? You know, people think, I'm taking a supplement, I'm okay, I don't need sunlight. No, that's not true. You can take vitamin D supplements and you still get depressed in the absence of sunlight. So in places like Scandinavia, where you have a lot of people living a long way from the equator, you've got very high rates of alcoholism, depression, and suicide. We need sunlight. So if you insist on living in silly places like the UK and Germany, then my recommendation would be to get away to the sunlight. Get somewhere. Go to Spain, Portugal, the Canary Islands. Set your life up. Well, that's just part of what you do. Schedule it in, right? Every so often, I'm taking a trip to the south.
What do you think about full spectrum lighting?
Full spectrum lighting is helpful. Certainly, it helps people with mood disorders. If you've got a seasonal anxiety disorder, then sitting in front of a light box can help you. But my guess is that we have not yet figured out how to measure everything coming from the sun. And if we can't measure it, we can't replicate it. So there's no light, there's no artificial light that's going to give you what sunlight gives you. Okay, I really believe that in order to be as healthy and happy as possible, you really need to be exposing yourself to regular sunlight. And I get that it's a big deal. I mean, you have your life where your life is. My advice would be to seriously consider figuring out, at least, if not in the immediate term, but in the medium term, how to get your butt living in a place where you can actually get your needs met better. Okay, because obviously you're here because you care about your health. We're tropical animals, and we actually need to have plenty of sunlight to be as healthy as we can. And it's not just the sunlight. I mean, sunlight, the fact that we're here means we don't need a lot of clothing. We can actually ground. I also did mention you might want to take your shoes off when you get where you're going. Put them on the gravel paths, but even on these tile and concrete floors, you're grounding. You're getting rid of garbage energy and balancing the frequencies in your body by connecting to the ground. More powerful still than this, do this too, but spend an hour every day on the grass. Lay on the grass for an hour. For some of you, it's going to be life-changing if you haven't done this before. Okay? Now, if you live in a city, if you live in a place that's cold, you're probably wearing shoes in the UK at least 9 months a year, right? Summertime, you can go barefoot or wear flip-flops, but...
Yeah, you get a good past couple of summers, I would say, from May to September have been really hot.
Okay, but there's still 8 months a year.
Yeah.
You're wearing shoes every single day. And most shoes are insulating you from the ground, which means you're not grounding. These flip-flops, like most other shoes here, have some kind of a rubber sole. This is an insulator. And that means there's no electrical grounding happening. So take them off. You can buy grounding. I've got some grounding flip-flops. They're patented. I don't know how they work. The really expensive ones, I had 2 pairs. I bought one black and one white. They both broke within a year. No, thank you. I have another pair that I've actually had now for 5 or 6 years. I don't wear them as often, but they have little brass studs that go through. We're actually connecting electrically. There are grounding shoes you can buy. There are grounding mats you can buy, but the best you can do is to actually get your body on the ground. If we lived in nature, we walked around barefoot and grounding all the time. Okay? And of course, we wouldn't be subjecting ourselves to all the garbage frequencies that we do. One of the benefits of being here is there's no Wi-Fi. There's almost no cell phone signal, right? We don't have high tension power lines. We're not being exposed to all the garbage that you probably are being exposed to if you live in the city, right? It's not happening here. You had a question?
Do you still get the benefits of the sun, as you say, if you cover your face with a hat?
Yeah, I mean, the key is, first of all, you need sunlight in your eyes. I've already said that. So you can't have your face covered all the time you're outside. You actually need sunlight. I think you're going to benefit from having some exposure on your face as well. But the key is how much of your skin is exposed. The more skin is exposed, the less time you need to expose yourself to the sun, the less you're going to damage whatever part you are exposing. If you wear a bathing suit and you're out there for 10 minutes, you're going to get more benefit than if you were completely covered except for a little bit of your face for an hour. The more your body is exposed. It just depends on how much you're exposing and how much time it is. Note that, I think you set up, at least in your own mind, what's called a false dilemma. Because I never suggested you should bake all day from 10 to 5. In fact, let me make it clear. Don't bake all day from 10 to 5. Don't do that, okay? What you need in this climate is maybe 10 minutes of exposure, 10, 15, that's it. In Ontario, in the summertime, you might need a half an hour a day. In the wintertime, you can't get enough sunlight. You can't do it, okay? You probably can't do it in the UK. You probably can't do it where you live in Germany. It's going to be different for each person depending on where you live. In Florida, no problem. You can get enough sunlight all year long. Where you live in California, Northern California, really, it might be a little difficult half the year to get enough. It's going to vary from person to person. Well, I mean, my suggestion would be to wear a big hat to cover your face.
So just totally.
As much as possible. So for years, you've been warned to use sun protection so you don't get burned and don't get skin cancer. And I swear to you, for 25 years I've been teaching, these are toxic products. They cause toxins cause cancer. So a few years ago, a study published saying sun protection lotions cause cancer. Of course they do. So don't expose yourself to more than you need to, okay? The guys that work here in the gardens will often have sleeves, we talked about before. They don't always wear hats, not all of them, but wear a hat if you're worried about it, okay? Keep your face protected as much as possible. You see me leaving here with hats. I hate hats. I've never liked wearing a hat, okay? I wear them now because I got more forehead than I used to. And I burned my forehead severely from not wearing hats here in the tropics several times. And it may never heal completely now because I did a real number on it. So I wear hats now if I'm going to be in the sun for a while. Okay, the exception is if I'm body surfing, I can't really wear a hat. I mean, someone suggested, I never really thought of this, I could get a bathing cap, like the rubber kind, and wear it down to here, and maybe I'll do that. I don't really like the way it feels, but I swam competitively. I never wore them, but I tried one on. I don't really like the way it feels, but I guess I get used to it. That would be the thing to do, would be to protect yourself, okay? You can wear, even in the ocean, you can wear a long sleeve t-shirt. Okay, they make shirts for surfing. If you're working in the sun, you can wear light, long sleeve shirts. So there's not much weight, wear something light colored that reflects the sun, something that breathes well, but that protects you. That's going to be the best way, as far as I'm concerned. And of course, as your body gets cleaner, you're going to burn less. Also, keep sunglasses off. Remember that wearing sunglasses increases the likelihood of burning your skin. Okay? So no sunglasses. Wear a hat, wear long sleeves, keep your skin protected, and that's really all you need to do.
Oh, I wanna stay right here, chilling with my friends for another year. I would walk away from the spotlight.